just ask that you participate and be open. I'm going to share some ideas. Some of them you may go, is this guy kidding me? And some of them will land as long as you're open. So you don't have to accept or reject. Just be open to these ideas. Because I could be the best bass fisherman in the world, and if that thing in the water is not open for taking my bait, I might as well pack up my tackle and go home, because there's not going to be any success. So let's have those two requirements or requests, if you would. I lead. I wrote down a cheat sheet about, make sure I got this right, and at almost 50, I'm having to have these seeing eyeglasses. Next is the dog. I lead. It's an acronym for inspire, leverage, execute, advance, develop. And the first sentence was, I lead is our common definition and shared commitment to leadership. And I read all the other definitions. I didn't want to write all those down, just read off a sheet. But the one thing that kept coming up for me when I was reading what I lead stands for, and it comes down to two words for me: being intentional, being clear. Companies have a vision or a mission statement, and it tells you that company's direction, its intention, where it wants to go. And if you hire people that align with the vision, you're not going to constantly have turnover. And if the person understands that vision and aligns with it, they should perform their duties at an optimal rate. And the name of the talk today was Measure Twice, Cut Once. You know, a lot of the times if you've ever cut wood or done carpentry, it doesn't take many times to realize, I think I better measure this twice and cut once. A lot of the times in my past, I've just gone and eyeballed something and cut it. I don't get clear about what it is I want, and is there any surprise I don't get what I want. Just like I looked up McKesson today, and I saw it was in Carrollton. So I got my MapQuest out, and I typed in Carrollton. And I was driving, I was busy, I was driving around, but I really wasn't getting anywhere. I didn't do that. I typed in the exact address to get specifically where I wanted to go. I found out what my point B is. So I lead, if you really adhere to what that stands for, it tells you what the intention is, where you're going, where's your point B, where is it you want to go. So intention is the most powerful thing. There is, these new age thinkers called the law of intention, and a lot of people that have a scientific background, they need to see concrete evidence. So the concrete evidence is when you get clear about where it is you're going, the mind has it's called the reticular activating system. You get so focused, you don't let outside distractions deter you from where you want to go, your point B. We all have a value system, and it's on highest to lowest. And a lot of times we don't realize we're focused on low value distractions. And I'll give you an example. Being a professional speaker, leadership coach is a real niche market. And I've been for years trying to get my name out there. So 2 years ago I said, I'm going to do a website. Now why would a technology dinosaur not spend but waste 3 weeks on doing a website that looks like Mickey Mouse did it at the end of the day? Because I was going to save some money and do it myself. I was always had an issue being the lone wolf, not asking for support. So back in December, I hired a marketing firm out of St. Louis to do all my social media, to do my website, things that I'm not good at. That way I can focus on my highest values, and that is being in front of McKesson Pharmaceutical. I can focus on applying for speaking engagements that bring money into the house instead of wasting time focused on low value distractions. One of my favorite movies, a lot of times we're focused on low value distractions. We're busy, but nothing ever gets done. Kind of like a washing machine. It goes in a circle, it never gets anywhere, but by golly, it works really hard. And one of my favorite movies where I got the washing machine analogy is Christmas Vacation. Clark does all the work to put all the lights up, gets the family out there, come out here. Nothing happens, does it again. And the surly father-in-law goes, nice job, Clark. And Clark's daughter says, but Granddad, he worked really hard at that, and he goes, so does a washing machine. So that's where I got the analogy. A lot of times we don't get focused on what our values are, and I Lead just tells you what the intention is, the direction of the company, and it's the employee's responsibility to be clear about that intention, and it's the manager's and HR responsibility to hire people who align with that vision. You put people in the wrong jobs, guess what? You're not going to be very successful. You're not measuring twice, cutting once. How many times have you gone to Chipotle and the person working the register is an introvert? Why are you working the register? You know, there was a period of time I was in oil and gas, and I would call companies. I was that annoying person that, would you be willing to invest in an oil well? And people that would answer the phone, I'm sitting there asking myself, did she not understand her job was to be pleasant and answer the phone? Is sometimes we get people in the wrong positions, and we're setting ourselves up to fail, both parties, the company and the person. So if you were to say what is most important, being intentional or the mechanism? Mechanism is the actual doing. My mechanism for getting here today was driving my truck. I could have taken DART, I could have rolled the dice and hitchhiked here. If you were to give a percentage, the aggregate total is 100%, what percentage would you put on being intentional? What percentage would you put on the mechanism? Is it 50-50? Is it 80-20? Does anybody have an opinion about what it is? Participate. Hello? I'm sorry?
75.
And 75 intention or mechanism? Intention? Anybody else want to throw it out there? Yes, ma'am. 60 intention, 40 mechanism. One more? Yes, ma'am. 90 intention, 10? Okay. Well, I want to show you what it is. And I need 5 brave volunteers. Yeah, I covered that. Yeah. All right, just come on up. Or maybe I'll recruit someone. Thank you. Okay, we have 5 brave volunteers. If we will come to this side of the room, now can we all align that it's our intention to get to the other side of the pole? Are you guys aligned with that? You good with that? Now, our mechanism has to be different. You can't copy mine, you can't copy hers, so forth. So my mechanism is going to be this sideways walk. I'm going to get to the other side of the pole eventually. Those 5 knee surgeries are kicking in. Walk. Okay. Yes. Yes. All right. All right. Anyone injured in this, I'm not liable. There we go. Thank you. Woo. In heels. And finally, what is your, all right. All right, thank you guys. You can have a seat. Thank you. Let's give them a hand. Now you notice I said a hand. I said, let's give them one hand. I was 9 years old, and I'm from Paris, Texas. Paris sounds like fruit. And I said, hey, Pawpaw, look at this. And he looked at me and said, boy, don't do that Piggly Wiggly. He thought they were going to take me out in a jacket. So I learned I had a special talent at age 9. Anyway, the point is, I could have had 500 people up here, okay? There would have been 500 different mechanisms. There had to be a mechanism, but the lady in the back was right. 90% intention, 10% mechanism. So there has to be a mechanism involved. Yes, let's give her a hand. So get clear about your point B. Get clear about your intention first and foremost so that you measure twice, cut once. A lot of times we get in the car, where was it we're going? We're going to Carrollton. No, got to type in the specific address, okay? The next thing I wanted to talk about is a mindset. So when you get clear about your intention, how do you accomplish your goals? And it's about a mindset. A lady named Carol Dweck wrote a book called Mindset. And she said there are two different kinds of mindset, a fixed-based mindset and a growth-based mindset. And we're good there, thank you.